Vulnerability does feel risky, but here's the truth. It's actually one of the greatest strengths you can have. We're talking about something that feels scary, but it is absolutely transformative. Mindful vulnerability, being mindfully vulnerable, can help you grow, heal, and connect on a deeper level. We'll uncover why it's important, the power it holds, and how you can practice it in healthy, practical ways. Plus, I'll share a mindset minute, some grounding techniques, and scriptures to help inspire you on this journey. Let's get started. The power of mindful vulnerability. Being mindfully vulnerable means intentionally sharing your emotions, experiences, or thoughts while staying present and aware. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is courage in action. Why is it important? It builds trust and deepens relationships. When you open up to someone, you're signaling trust, which invites them to reciprocate. This mutual openness creates stronger, more meaningful connections. Think about a time when a friend shared a personal struggle with you. Maybe they confided about feeling overwhelmed at work or dealing with family issues. Did you feel closer to them afterwards? Likely yes, because their vulnerability created a space for empathy and understanding. Similarly, when you share your authentic self, you allow others to see the real you, deepening the bond. It helps you heal emotionally. Keeping emotions bottled up often leads to stress, anxiety, or even physical health issues. Vulnerability is a form of release. It allows you to acknowledge and process your feelings instead of suppressing them. Imagine you're dealing with grief, but keeping it all to yourself because you don't want to burden others. Over time, that weight feels heavier. Now, think about sharing your pain with a trusted friend or a therapist. You might cry, but you also feel a sense of relief. That's the healing power of vulnerability. It allows emotions to flow and be processed, leading to emotional recovery. It even boosts your creativity and resilience. When you're vulnerable, you take risks, whether it's sharing an idea, expressing your feelings, or putting your work out to the world. This willingness to face uncertainty or potential rejection unlocks creativity, and it also strengthens your ability to persevere. Think about an artist or an entrepreneur sharing their first project. They risk criticism and failure, but by being vulnerable, they open themselves to the opportunities for feedback and improvement. Even if their initial attempt doesn't succeed, they build resilience by learning and trying again and again, and maybe even again. Vulnerability pushes you out of your comfort zone where true growth really happens. Mindset Minute. Vulnerability is a sign of emotional strength. Now, let's reset our mindsets about vulnerability. Many of us have been conditioned to see vulnerability as a flaw. We think, if I open up, I'll be judged, hurt, or seen as weak. But here's the truth. Vulnerability is a sign of emotional strength. It shows that you're willing to take risks for connection and growth. It's also an act of self-acceptance. When you share your true self, flaws and all, you're affirming, I am enough as I am. Here's a question to reflect on. What's one thing you've been afraid to share with someone that you trust? And how might sharing it help you build a stronger connection? Vulnerability isn't about getting validation. It's about releasing the weight of secrecy and living authentically. Remember, it takes practice, but each step forward is a win. For your mindfulness challenge, I would like for you to try these emotional grounding techniques. To ground yourself emotionally before or after being vulnerable, try these techniques. Deep breathing. Take a slow inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 and exhale for 6. This calms your nervous system. Body scan. Sit quietly and focus on each part of your body, releasing tension as you go. Affirmations. Say, "It's safe to share my feelings," or "Vulnerability helps me grow." Anchor in gratitude. Reflect on something positive about the experience of opening up, even if it was challenging. Scripture Minute. The Bible has a lot to say about vulnerability and authenticity. Here are 3 powerful scriptures to guide us.
2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This verse reminds us that vulnerability isn't about showing strength. It's about allowing God's grace to work through our weaknesses. When we're vulnerable, we invite His power into our lives. Galatians 6:2. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ. Sharing our struggles is not just beneficial, it's biblical. Vulnerability helps us support and connect with others in meaningful ways. Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Vulnerability fosters growth and accountability in relationships. When we're open, we allow others to sharpen and strengthen us in faith and life.
Let these scriptures remind you that vulnerability is not only safe with God, it's a pathway for deeper connection with Him and others. Healthy practical ways to be mindfully vulnerable. Here are some simple practical ways to embrace mindful vulnerability in your daily life. Start with self-reflection. Write down your feelings and identify areas where you want to open up. Practice with safe people. Share your thoughts or emotions with someone you trust. Start small and work your way up. Use I statements. For example, instead of saying, "You hurt me," try, "I feel hurt when this happens." Be present when sharing. Don't overthink how others might respond. Focus on expressing yourself authentically. Celebrate small wins. If you open up about something today, even just a little, that's progress. Being vulnerable isn't about perfection. It's about progress. And there you have it, my beautiful mindfulpreneurs. Vulnerability isn't easy, but it's worth it. It builds deeper connections, strengthens your emotional health, and it also allows God's grace to shine through. If you enjoyed this video, I'm certain that you will enjoy this one as well. Do help me share this content with pushing the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more mindset wellness content like this one. Stay true to yourself and embrace the beauty of vulnerability. As always, remember to stay focused on your growth, stay connected with those who uplift you, and as always, choose joy. Bye.